Not all exercise is suitable for everyone. To reduce the risk of injury, consult your doctor before participating in this or any other exercise program. If you feel any pain, discomfort, or dizziness, do not continue. The creators, producers, participants, and distributors of this program disclaim any liability or loss in connection with the exercise and instruction herein.
Welcome to Power Yoga, Mind and Body. My name is Adrienne Reed. Our theme for today, balancing poses. So when you guys are ready, come on up to a standing position for me. Let's go ahead and take a big step back with your left leg. We're going to float right up into Trikonasana triangle. In triangle, you should be aligned heel to heel. Your back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Shoulder blades are back and down. Exhale, bring your right hand forward. I want you to just float to your shin. This is our first pose. So just let it be a nice, easy, relaxed triangle. In triangle, you imagine there's a wall behind you. Your hips are flat against that wall. Your shoulder blades are flat against that wall. You're lengthening lower hand to upper fingertips. We're going to go 3 more breaths here. And as you relax into the pose, you can go a little deeper with your hand if you'd like to. Looking good, Diane. Let's bring your arm a little bit up this way so you're lengthening hand to hand. Nice job. After your third breath, go ahead and sweep your torso upward. And let's step on up to the front edge of your mat, shake that out a little bit. Same thing on the other side. When you're ready, take a medium step back with your right leg. Inhale, sweep your arms up, shoulder blades go back and down. And extend your left hand as far forward as it will go. So you'll stack those hips, left hand floats to your left shin. So a nice easy triangle to start again. Beautiful, Lydia. Lengthening lower hand to upper fingertips. You notice looking upward if you can. That helps with a little bit work with balance. If you need a little more stability, look downward. Imagine that wall is behind you, so shoulder blades are flat against that wall, hips are flat against that wall. We got 1 more breath there. And then exhale, draw your torso upward and step on up to the front of your mat. Shake that out a little bit. We're going to partner up. If you have someone to work with at home, go ahead and work with them. If you do not, I want you to go ahead and work with your back flat against a wall. We're going to do some work with half moon. So you guys go ahead and partner up. Curtis, I'm going to go ahead and work with you in this. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of work with a pose called half moon. I want you to grab a block and use a block in this pose. So when you're ready, go ahead and grab a block. And again, if you're working at home, you're going to have your back flat up against the wall. So when you're ready, we're going to shift your weight to your right leg. That block will be in your right hand. I want you to start coming forward with your right hand. Bring that block to the mat and come back with your left leg. First step I want you to do is stack your left hip on top of your right. For your spot, you're going to put your hand underneath their ankle, your other hand on top of their knee. So I'm pushing upward with my ankle hand and downward. So up with the ankle, down with the knee, if that makes sense. And again, you can just do this flat up against the wall if you're working at home. If you're in the pose, lengthen lower hand to upper fingertips. You'll notice this really does help with stability through the pose. We're going to go 3 more breaths there. You guys are looking good. So you as the spotter are helping to roll that top hip on top of the lower hip. You're helping to provide a little more stability through balance. And if you're in the pose, see if you can look upward and challenge your balance a little bit. Beautiful. Exhale, go ahead and release the spot. And if you're in the pose, go ahead and release, shake out a little bit. Nice job, everybody. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So when you're ready, go ahead and switch sides. So the block will float to your left hand. You're going to shift your weight to your left leg. And when you're ready, left hand drops to the mat. Right leg kicks upward. Again, step 1 is to really get your right hip on top of your left. Sorry, Curtis. And I'm going to push up with the ankle, down with the knee. So I'm helping to stack his upper hip on top of his lower. I'm helping to provide some stability with his balance. You're lengthening lower hand to upper fingertips, back heel to the crown of his head. And if you guys feel real good in this pose, you can look upward. Let's go 2 more breaths on this side. That's beautiful, everybody. And again, if you're working at home, Go ahead and do that right against a wall if you don't have a partner to work with. And exhale, come on out, release that. And shake that out a little bit. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and step back to your mats. I know we had one time for one partner. Go ahead and step back to your mats. We're not going to take too much time in that, but if you're at home, switch partners and do that same thing on both sides. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and float into that same pose on your mat. So now that you have that positive muscle memory and you know what it should feel like through the hips and shoulders, go ahead and grab your block if you'd like to continue working with the block. Can I borrow yours, actually? Thank you. So block in your right hand, you're going to step back with your left foot. We're going to shift your weight forward. When you're working on your mat, I suggest you bring your hand toward the outer edge of your foot. It really helps with stability. So hand drops to the mat, stack your left hip on top of your right, and when you feel good, left hand goes up toward the ceiling. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and float into that pose, guys. Really working and keeping your focus on stacking your hips so that left hip needs to pop on top of your right. If you want a couple of variations here, you can bring your lower hand in the same line as that lower foot. So it's almost as if everything is on a tightrope, and that really changes the challenge. Or you can bend your upper leg and grab that upper ankle with your upper hand and look upward. So a little bit of a quad stretching with that. One more breath there. Looking good, everybody. So beautiful on balance. Excellent. And then exhale, come on up, release that, shake that out a little bit. You guys, man, fabulous. If you fall, that's perfectly normal. We all fall. Do so with a calm breath and a quiet mind and step right back into it. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So block floats into your left hand if you're using one. So you guys, can flip around so we can get a little better angle. You're gonna float forward, draw your left hand down to the mat. Right leg comes up, stack your hips. So let this be about the hips. Your right hip should be rolling on top of your left. You're lengthening lower hand to upper fingertips. Get yourself nice and stable in that foundation pose. That looks fabulous. Very nice, Lydia, very nice. And if you'd like a variation, you can bring your lower hand in the same line as your lower leg, which challenges your balance a little more, so it brings everything almost like on a tightrope. You can look up at your upper fingertips, or you can bend that upper leg, reach back and grab your upper ankle with that upper hand and get a little bit of a quad movement in as well. Let's go 3 more breaths wherever you are. You guys are doing wonderful with your balance. And again, if you fall, no worries, that's perfectly normal. Do so with a calm breath and a quiet mind. Exhale, come on out, release. You guys, rock solid. That's awesome. Very nice. And let's go ahead and step right back up to the front of your mats. We're going to do a little bit of work with a revolved half moon. So Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana, but let's warm up with a revolved triangle to start. So we're going to take a big step back with your left leg. You want your hips to be square toward the front edge of your mat. Inhale, arms come up, but you're going to bring your left arm forward this time, so we're revolving. And then when you're ready, sweep your left hand down, either to your shin, to your ankle, to the floor on the inside. If you're feeling really good, you can float that lower hand to the outside of your right foot. Extending lower hand to upper fingertips. If you need stability, look down. If you're feeling good, look up at your upper hand. Hips remain nice and square. Let's go 3 more breaths there. Look good, everybody. And again, you can utilize a block even here, so have a block underneath your hand. Can you show that for me, Rhonda? So I'm going to put a block under here. That's the way. And you can have that block in any position that feels good for you. Exhale, draw your torso up, come on up, shake that out a little bit. Let's get that same warm up on the other side. So when you're ready, big step back with your right foot. Align your hips so they're square toward the front edge of your mat. Sweep your arms up so your right arm is forward. And then exhale, go ahead and sweep that hand down to your shin, to your ankle, to the inside of your foot. Wonderful. If you're feeling real good, you can go to the outside of that foot. Beautiful. So really extending lower hand to upper fingertips. Let's go 3 more good breaths there. Looking good, everybody. If you want to challenge your balance a little bit here, look up at your upper fingertips and notice the difference that makes. And after your 3rd breath, exhale, draw your torso up, come on out, release. Wonderful. We're going to use that work that we just did, add a little bit more to it, so we're going to float into a revolved half moon. So when you're ready, let's take a medium step back with your left leg. As you float your torso downward, bring your right hand to your waist, your left leg comes up, left hand floats to the mat, or again, use a block if that feels better for you. Hips remain nice and square, right arm floats upward. Lengthen again, lower hand to upper fingertips. If you want to challenge your balance a little bit, look up at your upper hand. It really does make a huge difference. We're going to go 3 more breaths there. Beautiful. Get nice and long from your back heel to the crown of your head. Rhonda, that looks wonderful. Looking good, Curtis. Looking good, everybody. Exhale, come on out, release. Stand up, shake that out a little bit. Looking like pros today. When you're ready, take a medium step back with your right foot. Same thing, left hand sweeps to your waist. We're gonna fall forward with your torso. Your right leg is gonna come up. Your right hand is gonna float down to a block or to the mat, whichever is best for you. When you're ready, left hand floats up toward the ceiling. And again, you can see the extension Lydia's getting from her back heel to the crown of her head, so really nice and long. Lower hand to upper fingertips. If you want to challenge your balance, look up at your fingertips and notice the difference that makes. Let's go 2 more deep breaths there. Beautiful. Try and release that arm and let it be a little more relaxed. You're not hooking behind. You see what I'm saying? Beautiful. Exhale, come on out, release. Shake that out a little bit. Beautiful for balance today. You guys are doing wonderful. You'll notice a really calm, rhythmic, slow breath helps with your balance, so really breathe and relax when you're in these poses. Let's go ahead and move to a standing split. So come about mid-mat for me, guys. Inhale, we're gonna extend up nice and tall, heels to fingertips. Exhale, go ahead and fall forward into a forward fold and just take a breath or 2 there. I want you to use this as an opportunity to really adjust your upper body. So let your head and neck relax, let everything dangle down, so the weight of your upper body should just be relaxing there. When you're ready, right foot comes up toward the ceiling. So go ahead and kick that right leg up for me. You can open up through the right hip. You do not need to keep your hips square here. You want to open up the toes in that upper foot and pull the ball of your foot upward. Let's go 4 more breaths there. Again, leave your head and neck relaxed. When you do, it helps to give you a little more extension through your leg. If you're feeling really good, nose to your knee. Beautiful. Exhale, go ahead and drop that right leg down. You can drop to a squat and shake that out a little bit if you need to. You guys doing wonderful today with balance. Excellent. When you're ready, let's float right back up into that forward fold. Again, use this as an opportunity to adjust your upper body. So your upper body's just relaxing and dangling downward. Your head feels nice and heavy. When you're ready, left leg comes up. So come on up with that left foot. Open through your left hip. You don't have to keep your hips square. Open up the toes in that foot and pull the ball of your foot upward. If you're feeling really good, nose to knee. Kristen, that's beautiful. Looking good, everybody. You guys are looking great today. 2 more breaths there. Lovely. Man, I'm so excited. You guys are doing wonderful today. And then after your second breath, go ahead and release. Drop down to a squat. Shake that out a little bit. So guys, that you all made that look too easy. Let's go harder with the balance, shall we? When you're ready, we're gonna float back up into that forward fold. So come up with your hips, relax with your head and neck. We're gonna go right leg up into that inverted split. So let's add the real challenge in. When you're ready, see if you can wrap your hands around the back of your left calf so you're balancing just on one foot. If you can even get one arm wrapped behind and maybe just pick your fingertips up a tiny bit. If you're feeling really good, draw your nose to your knee. Whew, that's a tough one. So good for strength, for stamina, for flexibility, for balance, especially. 1 more breath there. You guys are doing wonderful. And exhale, come on out, release, drop your foot down, drop down to a squat, shake that out a little bit. Nice job, you guys. Good equilibrium today, everybody. And when you're ready, same thing. Come on up with your hips. Let's go right into that forward fold again. Relax your torso downward. Get that position with your upper body. Left leg floats up, inverted split. Beautiful. Open the toes in that foot. Pull the ball of your foot upward. Move nothing except your arms. So one arm starts wrapping around the back of that calf. If you can, both arms wrap around the back of that calf. So try not to give up your inverted split. Just move your arms. That's all it is. Just a little arm movement. If you're feeling really good, nose in towards your knee. 2 more breaths there. Man, you guys are doing fabulous today. And I know you are at home too. Excellent. And come on out, release. Drop down to a squat. Shake that out a little bit. Phew. Go ahead into a seated position for me. So we're going to do a little bit of work with Navasana with boat. We're going to talk about the positions for boat. I want your lower back to stay nice and straight throughout these movements. When you're ready, hands come behind, straighten through your lower back. You can either have your big toes touching the mat, fall into a tabletop position, or extend your legs straight. If you can, hands come forward or palms come together. We're going to go 10 good breaths in boat here. So this is really good for balance. Some people tend to roll backward. If you're tilting through your pelvis and rounding through your lower back, you have a tendency to roll and your balance is much more difficult. So I really want you to straighten through your lower back and be nice and flat on those sit bones. One more breath, everybody, looking good. And then exhale, go ahead and release. Drop your feet down to the mat. Shake that out a little bit. Nice job, guys. We're going to do a little bit of work with some leg movement and balancing again. I need to warm you up a little bit through the back of the legs first. So go ahead and drop your right foot into a Janu position. So you're just dropping your right knee, or bending your right knee and dropping your foot in front. We're going to grab the back of your left knee, the back of your left calf, the sides of your feet, whatever you can reach, and we're going to go ahead and drive that foot upward. I want you to bend through the arms if you can and draw your chin toward your big toe. It makes the difference between having a curved back with my forehead in toward my knee versus a really straight back where I'm lengthening and extending up toward my foot. Let's go 3 more breaths on that side. So again, this isn't too tough on balance, but a nice warm up across the back of your left leg. Beautiful. Exhale. Let's go ahead and release that leg and swap it up. So left leg is going to bend into that Janu position. Reach down, grab the back of your right thigh, back of your right knee, right calf, right foot, whatever you can reach. Lengthen through that leg. I'll say it again. It is better to have a straight lower back and a bent knee than the other way around. So if you're curving through the lower back in order to get a straight leg, give it up a little bit through that leg and lengthen through the lower back. It really does help with balance. We're going to go 1 more deep breath there. Looking good. And then exhale, go ahead and release that. So let's put that work that we just did into a balancing pose. If you can, we're going to float into a half lotus position. So your right heel is going to come in towards your right belly button, and your belly button. You're going to roll the top of your right foot in towards your left hip crease. All right? If you're good there, I want you to stay there. If you can't go to half lotus, you can drop back to Janu, but try and stick in half lotus if you can. Hands sweep behind. You're going to bend your left knee. If that's enough for you, I want you to stay there. If you can, reach down again. Grab the back of your thigh, the back of your knee, the back of your calf, the sides of your feet, and drive that heel upward. Lengthen through that leg. Chin goes in towards your big toes. We're going to go 5 more breaths there. Beautiful. So you can definitely tell this is a lot more of a challenge through balance. The straighter your lower back is and the more you're extending your chin towards your big toe, the easier it is to balance here. Beautiful. Did I talk too much and mess your balance up? Exhale, come on out, release, shake that out a little bit. I'll stop talking. Same thing, other side. When you're ready, left heel comes into half lotus. So pull it in towards your belly button, roll the top of your left foot into your right hip crease. Hands sweep behind, lean back and bend your right knee. If that's enough for you, I want you to stay there. If you can, reach underneath, hold the back of your right thigh, the back of your right knee, right calf, grab the sides of your foot, whatever you can reach. Drive that leg upward. Chin goes in towards your big toe, so you're lengthening through that lower back. Beautiful, everybody. That looks fabulous, everybody. And again, this is a little more difficult on balance, which is our theme for today and which is why we're here. 1 more deep breath here. Beautiful. And exhale. come on out, release. Straighten up your legs, shake that out a little bit. Beautiful. Let's do a little series where we bring a little movement in. So when you guys are ready, go ahead and grab your blankets for me. We're gonna do a little roll back in after boat, so boat to plow. So I want you to go ahead and open up at a blanket so it's a nice long length here in the back. If you're working at home, you can use a blanket or a towel or anything just to protect through your spine. Make sure you're sitting a little bit in front of that blanket. And when you're ready, we're gonna float up into a bound boat position. So again, you're either gonna grab the back of your knees, the back of your calves, or your big toes and lengthen through there. We're gonna go 2 good breaths there in that bound boat position. Looking good, everybody here. And then after your second breath, do a slight pelvic tilt and start rolling back with your feet. Try and bring your toes overhead and touch the floor. From there, keep your legs or your toes bound. We're gonna roll back up, so come on back up. Engage your core, try and stay in boat. Whew, hard on balance. If you need to bend your knees, go ahead and do that. Let's do 4 more of those, so keep working at your pace. You're rolling back, dropping into Halasana, plow. And then rolling up, engaging your core, lengthening through your legs, strengthening through your arms. Boat. Navasana. Nice job, everybody. So I like these because they're strong through the core. You're using your arms, you're using your legs, you're using your lower back and your stomach, and you feel kind of funny and goofy all at the same time. Very childlike. And I'm all about that, working hard and having fun. That's awesome. So a total of 5, just moving at your pace, rocking back to plow, rolling back up to boat, engaging your core and maintaining that balance on the way up. Beautiful. After your 5, release, straighten up through your legs. Beautiful. And let's fall forward into a nice, easy forward fold here. So long inhales and exhales, just relaxing through. Letting your abs relax, letting your shoulders relax, letting your upper body relax. And then exhale, go ahead and draw your torso up for me. Shake that out a little bit. Nice job. We're gonna do one more fun, kind of goofy pose. We're gonna do Bhujangasana. Loving that one lately. So when you're ready, go ahead and move your blankets off your mat. And we're gonna float back into a nice, easy down dog position. And go ahead and do that for me, guys. When you're ready, you're just gonna look between your hands and you're gonna jump your feet forward so they come a little further forward than your hands. So you're almost like a frog position, that's it. When you're ready, you're gonna fall back and sit a little bit on your elbows. You can walk your feet in together and hook your feet together, or you can open them up into a nice wide angle. That's it. If that's as far as you can get, that's perfect. It's a really nice hip stretch there. And Diane, you wanna bring your hands right on the inside for me. That's the way. Nice, Kristen, looking good, Curtis. We're gonna go 2 more breaths there, beautiful. So one more tough balancing pose while we have a little time. And then exhale, come on out, release. When you're ready, go ahead and lay down flat on your back for me. We are ready for resting pose, believe it or not. Wonderful job, everybody, today. Good job balancing. The final pose of class is the most important in yoga, called Shavasana. This is what you've worked the entire class to achieve, an exploration of stillness in action. As you lay on your mat, allow your entire body to come to rest. Let your feet flop open. Bring your hands down by your sides with your palms upward. Close your eyes. Let your mind and body relax completely. The purpose of this time is to just be. Be still in your heart, still in your body, still in yourself. Try to remain in this pose for 5 to 10 minutes, finding health and harmony within. Thank you very much for working so hard and for your time today. Good job keeping your focus and your balance. Namaste.
If you'd like to continue to improve your strength, stamina, flexibility, and balance, order Power Yoga for Athletes. This hour-long video is for yogis who embrace a more active lifestyle. Call 1-866-629-1591 or visit AdrienneReed.com. For tips and secrets on Power Yoga, visit WUSF.org and click on the Power Yoga icon. You'll find frequently asked questions and show information from Adrienne Reed.